Sorry for the late start. I had to make a last minute lighting adjustment because there's a ton of sun coming in through my side window, and it was just totally blowing out the the lighting on my on this bit. Like, my whole side here was just glowing. Which, not that I need to, but apply the custom webcam settings just to make sure. Okay. So, we are into Salt Lake City. As anyone who's been there knows, nothing good ever happens in this place. So, let's,
Look at that. Another city. Another abandoned quarantine zone.
Ellie's over there being all mopey. So, in theory, and I don't know if this will end up being true, but I'm gonna try for it, because starting a little later than I intended. But this should be the last stream for The Last of Us. Well, part 1 at least. I'm not planning to go into part 2 right away. In part because views haven't been particularly active on this stream. I think everyone who has seen it probably already got as much as they wanted to get watching.
There's that hospital the Firefly mentioned. Come on, kiddo.
Really quick, I want to double check that car over there. I'm not sure if I did before, but yeah, of course, nothing. Okay, well, I tried. So, I do remember there being a bit of a city crawl, whereas in the show just absolutely blew right through this part. They did not even try to make the city crawl a thing. They basically just walked into the medical tents, had a bit of background conversation, and then
Maybe we cut through here, huh?
and then went straight into it. Let's see. And this was a bit of a... This was a puzzle kind of situation, I think. Note to wife.
Lucia, we made it to the quarantine zone. I wanted to call you, but all the phone lines are down in the city. They told us that they can deliver letters between the different zones, although it will probably take a week or two to reach you. We're in good spirits. Hannah talks about you a lot. Oop. She really misses you. I'm surprised at the calmness and maturity she's shown throughout this craziness. I feel like I've been the emotional one. I feel like she's comforting me most of the time. We've raised her well. I hope all is well on your side of the country, and I really hope to hear your voice soon. Love, Graham.
We didn't have a clue back then.
I mean, my extremely mediocre Antonio Banderas impersonation would seem to suggest he knew exactly what he was talking about. Okay, so the fact that they're giving us gears kind of confirms that there is at least... Oh. Can we can't make anything. We're either short on stuff or overloaded on stuff.
Everything all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah, you just kind of seem extra quiet today.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's not. It's fine.
What was I gonna say? I don't remember. Anyway, so the show has finished airing, or season 1 of the show has finished airing, 2 nights ago. And I know no one is with me right now, or at least YouTube is showing me no one's with me. But, how did everyone feel about it? Not gonna lie,
Well, we could use that ladder.
Here we go.
Ellie? Ellie?
What?
The ladder. Come on.
Right. Oh my God.
What is it? Ellie! Ellie!
You gotta see this.
What is it?
I don't see anything. What the hell is...
man, they really did do this just right in the show. This part.
Are you kidding me?
Because you just don't know what's coming. They've kept it hit. I swear, I think if you come up those stairs fast enough, you catch just like a fraction of a glimpse. Ah, there it is. And another. Is there a baby coming? Okay, well, we'll make our way up here. Double check for grabbables.
Come on, hurry up.
Sam Hill.
You see this? Shh, don't scare it.
I won't.
What are you doing?
It's all right. Come here. Hurry up. Come on.
Hey there. So fucking cool. Aw, where's it off to? Here, come on, let's go.
Slow down, kiddo.
Come on. Hurry up, come on.
Okay. Oh, wait a second. Okay. So we're supposed to go up this way. Cool. Cool.
Oh, man. Wow. Look at those things.
I mean, that would be pretty damn cool. Just into the world, random giraffes walking by. Well, not to call an end to that, but we have places to go, people to see, conversations to have.
So, is this everything you were hoping for?
It's got its ups and downs, but you can't deny the view, though.
Subtly just low-key walk back and go to the door.
We don't have to do this. You know that, right?
What's the other option?
Go back to Tommy's. Just
Be done with this whole damn thing.
After all we've been through. Everything that I've done. It can't be for nothing.
So,
Look, I know you mean well, but there's no halfway with this. Once we're done, we'll go wherever you want. Okay?
Well, I ain't leaving without you. So let's go wrap this up.
okay. So, if I remember, I think we have one more major encounter with infected, and then we're kind of out of here and into the final part of the story. So, okay. Anyway. Nope. Gotta check the final bathrooms.
I bet Elliott'd like this.
Precipitate. Book 9. The time has come for Daniela's second faster-than-light test flight. This time, the mission is not exploration, but infiltration. This time, Daniela is going to... Their payload, a 20-teraton anti-carbon bomb. Their crew, 8 of the most capable, suicidal, and dangerous men and women of the Last Watch. Their mission, the annihilation of the Traveler homeworld. Alright, let's check. Yeah, we need bindings and blades. Both bindings and blades. Oh, that's nice. Okay, so there's all the medical stuff. Let's check around here before we enter that.
Well, this place takes me back.
How so?
That was right after everything went down. I ended up in a triage just like this. And everywhere you looked, you just saw families torn apart. The whole damn world seemed to have turned upside down in a blink.
Is that after you lost Sarah?
Yes, it was.
I can't imagine losing someone you love like that. Losing everything that you know. I'm sorry, Joel.
That's okay, Ellie.
Is she gonna pop up with conversation? I guess not. Okay, so... we're going to do the typical crawl through, see if we can't loot a whole bunch of stuff. This is... Now, we're gonna come back and hit that after we go through. So... yeah, there is basically nothing ever useful in those maps. Let's also make a point of reloading everything. Oh, we still don't have ammo for that? Or that. Wow, we are not in good shape with our sniper stuff. Well, we have the sniper handgun thing, which is actually pretty good. Let's see.
Hey, Joel. I got something for you.
Joke?
Here. Maria showed this to me, and I stole it. I hope you don't mind.
Yeah. Him and Sarah.
Well, no matter how hard you try, I guess you can't escape your past. Thank you.
Okay. I don't think we want to go through the bus yet. Not that I think it really matters, but just better to be safe. Alright. Final tool level. Not that I have enough gears to make that matter. Or actually, I might. I don't know. Either way, I will go back and hit the workbench momentarily. For any final upgrades. Okay. Are you kidding me? That's still not even enough binding to make one thing. Alright, now that final workbench. Actually, I'm not sure if it's final workbench, but I'm gonna assume it is. Should be back here. Run along this wall just in case anything pops up. Nothing. Okay.
This is a good spot.
99 components. Let's see. I don't think we're even going to get to use the bow a whole lot after this. But, draw range. Maybe range. This, I don't remember if the flamethrower is even that useful here, but we could fit in range and power on this. Well, power there. I feel like shotgun is probably doing us good enough. The only thing I'd be inclined to improve is maybe clip capacity. But I suppose range would be mildly tempting. But yeah, clip capacity seems like the only thing minorly worth investing in here, and I don't think it's necessary. No reason for this. I don't have ammo for this one, I think. This has ammo, but I don't think I'm gonna use it a whole lot after this. No reason for these. They're not even that good. I mean, the revolver's still solid, and I'll still use the pistol just as, like, the easy things to burn off first before moving to the better things. So, yeah, I guess to get the most use out of this and to get a little more effectiveness out of this. And that
this
leaves
is
me
good.
with 9 whole components, which can't do anything with. Alright, into the bus we go. Alright, and we will be headed down into the subway. Or whatever that is. Arrows, though I don't think we need any. Oh, I guess we do. Okay. Well, hooray for that.
This time it's gonna be different. I just know it.
What do you mean?
They're gonna be there. The Fireflies.
She's not wrong.
I'm sure of it.
And a firefly necklace for Natalie Who. Alright, if I swear it's something like as soon as you step down, the effect can show up. Guess not. Our upgraded axe is actually better than that one for right now, even if the point is off of it. But I know it's here, so I can come back. Oh, more parts, so I guess there is another workbench coming up. Because I'm pretty sure you can't backtrack. Wow. Another arrow even. Okay, too many things on the ground. You know something is coming up right around here. Is it on the other side of that bus? Nope. Not well, nothing popping up and the sensor thing. Okay. Where do we As I recall, there's a reason for this. Okay, we're not going to see anything that way. We can hear stuff, just no line of sight yet. Actually, let's come over here and continue investigating what's around to be found. Nothing there. I would have sworn come across them a little earlier.
There's so many of them.
I know, let's just keep at it.
Where?
Holy shit.
We killed him. I think we got all of them.
Clearly we did
I
not.
think you're right.
Endure and survive.
Now we got it. Really? How is that a broken arrow? That was a perfect headshot on that guy. Alright. I want to go back to the previous room because it wasn't letting me pick up a few things out of the gate. Also just quickly peeking out here. Alright, this is the way we'll come out. think that's all stuff I have, is it not? Okay, so we we now have enough bindings and scissors, but none of it we need. I'd be tempted to pick up the pipe and upgrade it, but okay. How about
Stay back.
I love it. He says stay back and she's like, no, I'm literally gonna like ride on your belt. Nothing up here. Nothing up here. Okay. Yeah, we can't go through that door. All right. So this is the way. And as I recall, turning this corner. Oh, that's right. Okay. Nothing of substance happens until
All right,
we get.
you think you can shove that crate down?
No sweat.
Yeah, nothing of substance happens till we hop over this thing. Then it is sniper time. Oh, in fact, actually, before I go over,
Okay. Look out below!
before we go over, I'm actually going to leave her there for a second because there was one more arrow in the wheel of a vehicle back here. May as well grab it. Yeah, there it is. To replace the one broken arrow from earlier. Up and over.
Watch your step. That water looks pretty deep.
Hey, that's what we can do once we're done.
What's that?
You can teach me how to swim.
You got it.
I can't reach that.
Okay, I think it's... The trick is going under there, but really quickly just getting a look around at everything under here. Yeah, looks like nothing of interest. Okay. Refill air, and back down.
I'm on the other side. All right, hold on. All right, just stick to the edge. It's shallow over there.
I bet Elliot liked this.
Oh, freezing!
Oops. Catalysis? Book 13. Faced with the failure of their mission, Daniela and James choose to make the ultimate sacrifice for humanity, flying the ship and the anti-carbon bomb on it straight into the neutron star. The resulting explosion was the single most significant astronomical event since the formation of the galaxy, destroying the Traveler fleet, their homeworld, and the countless other worlds and star systems. But will the sacrifice of two of humanity's greatest heroes be enough to break the Traveler's iron grip? So, out of curiosity, okay, that would be book 1. Book 2. Book 3. Book 4. Book 6. Where's 5? There's 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. And this is 13. Boo, where the hell's 5? How did I miss it? I feel like I remember having had 5 in the past.
All right. Give me a foot.
Okay.
I just skipped trying the door entirely. And there's actually a big hole in the chain link right there. Like, you could climb through that.
Help me out!
You okay?
Yeah. It just surprised me. Man, I can't wait for those things to be wiped out.
Okay, so this is, I'm pretty sure, final workbench. Because we only have like one major thing left before the hospital.
All right, let's see what we got.
And 47. Huh. Let's go with reload speed and fire rate on that, maybe? Or clip capacity, and can't fit much after clip capacity. We could, I don't see a point upgrading either of those. Could go with range on that.
Yeah. That looks good.
Yeah, I think that's as good as this gets.
Watch your head.
There you go.
Okay, that just added 50 to our... Okay. Replenish those. Once back around to pick up any other bindings and scissors. And let's head back to that workbench, because I guess we have 50 more.
Time to go to work.
Okay, so if that's the case, fire rate on shotgun could be interesting. Oh, actually, yeah. Bow range is kind of actually awesome. Right
Now
now.
we're talking.
At least I think bow range is good.
Hey, look! There it is!
Yep, we are real close. Not quite there, so...
Just stay put.
I'm not going anywhere.
Hey, there are fish down there. Alright, I guess. Yeah, definitely not making that jump. Ah, that's right, there's a door down here. Okay, well. Replenish air before we try to kill ourselves free diving through too much stuff. Is there anything down there? Doesn't look like it. Really quick, before doing that, I want to go check out the other direction in this room. Oh, okay. There is definitely nothing in there. That's good.
All right. Get on.
Okay. Okay, there. I'm on it. Be careful.
I got you.
And, okay, she drops the ladder over here.
Damn ladder broke off the wall.
Now what?
I'll figure something out.
Okay, if... How did this work again? Part of me thinks, doesn't he pull the ladder back up? But what for? Where does he take it? Oh, that's right. And then we come over here. Take the ladder again and use it to walk across.
Oh, I see. Good idea.
Yeah, I'm sneaky like that.
Oh, boy.
Let me go ahead, and you follow my lead.
Okay, right behind you.
That's weird. I seem to remember there being a whole bloater fight. Did I somehow skip it?
Okay, come on, jump.
You're gonna catch me?
I got you.
Because after this, we end up in the hospital.
See? You didn't even need me.
Let's get the hell off this thing.
Ellie, move!
Joel! Here!
Hands in the air!
She's not breathing.
Hands in the fucking air!
Come on, man.
Welcome to the Fireflies. Sorry about the... They didn't know who you were.
And Ellie?
She's all right. They brought her back. You came all this way. How'd you do it?
It was her. She fought like hell to get here. Maybe it was meant to be.
I lost most of my crew crossing the country. I pretty much lost everything. And then you show up, and somehow we find you just in time to save her. Maybe it was meant to be.
Take me to her.
You don't have to worry about her anymore. We'll take care
I
of her.
worry. Just let me see her, please.
You can't. She's being prepped for surgery.
The hell you mean, surgery?
The doctors tell me the cordyceps, the growth inside her, has somehow mutated. It's why she's immune. Once they remove it, they'll be able to reverse engineer a vaccine. A vaccine.
But it grows all over the brain.
It does.
Find someone else.
There is no one else.
Listen, you were gonna show me where she...
Stop. I get it. But whatever it is you think you're going through right now is nothing to what I have been through. I knew her since she was born. I promised your mother I would look after her.
Then why are you letting this happen?
Because this isn't about me, or even her. There is no other choice here.
Yeah, you keep telling yourself that bullshit.
March him out of here. He tries anything, shoot him. Don't waste this gift, Joe.
Get up. I said get up.
She was awfully quick to be like, you're out of this place. It would have made more sense to kind of keep him under lock and key.
Move. I said move.
Give me an excuse. Which way? What the fuck you doing? Keep walking.
I said keep walking.
Where was the operating room?
I ain't got time for this.
Where?
Where?
Top floor, the far end.
The smuggler, he's in here!
Yeah, I did.
Yes, sir. Search the floor. Find that smuggler and shoot him on sight. Where are you, motherfucker?
Damn it. I was a fraction of a second late. But your buddy seems to not understand that. Did the AI get tripped up? Is that what's happening here?
I'll check out this area. You guys, we'll check over there. I don't fucking like this.
Well, sucks to be you, bud. Couple of randos running around. Everyone else is just hanging there quietly, not knowing what to do. Fireflies are just about as smart as Fedra. Damn it.
It's over here!
Are you sure? Ooh, spicy.
Check down the hall.
Where the hell is this guy?
Well, they already know I'm here. It's not like it does much good keeping that a secret. is... Oh. Wait, there's someone way over there? Is there no one closer? Okay, I will stay actually on these weapons a little longer. Okay, that guy won't be able to see me through any windows. The X-rays don't really show anything too interesting. What kind of stands out to me is how few of them are brain X-rays. You'd think after the Fireflies came in here, that's probably all they would be looking at, right? Okay, nothing of interest down there. Ah, there was somebody else hiding out. Wait, is that two guys? Come on, you're gonna duck. You're gonna duck back down. Yeah, you are.
You're dead, asshole.
I don't think I am. Oh yeah, that's a way better position for you. Oh wow, attracted a whole bunch of new attention. get... Hey, David, how's it going? So, out of curiosity, did you get around to watching the show? Damn it. Okay, those guys are definitely watching me. Ooh. Okay, bud. I get it. Anyone else want more of that? Come on. Put your head back down. Okay, you're not close yet. Now you are. Oh, what? That guy took 2 shots. And down. That time should be actually down. You've been too lazy. Makes sense. That's fair. What? How is this guy still up? I'm starting to wonder if we got, like, some Walking Dead sort of stuff going on with this dude. Okay, no more angle shots on me. Actually, we're just gonna solve you the easy way.
What was that?
Oh, actually, you are by yourself, so you are pretty much, There we go. That sorts him. Now we got a few more jerks coming in. Be very, very quiet. We're hunting fireflies. Okay, I don't like this position. It actually seems to be working out very poorly for me, so... Come on, duck back. You can keep calling me names, but it's not working out for you. Okay, you might have gotten the clip. Jeez, these guys are taking hits. At this point, you'd think they were 50 Cent or something. Okay, so... got one guy back there. You could possibly arrow that dude. If we just get a nice position for it. Oh! Did not get a nice position for it.
Here he is. Smuggler, he's in here!
Really? These guys are never that attentive. Spring needs to come soon. Yeah, no, I'm with you on that, believe me. It has been crappy and unpleasant here. I'm looking forward to not having to have the heat on just to make it through the night. Jeez. Okay, so now that these guys have absorbed a whole lot of rounds, let's pick up everything we can off of them because that is our assault rifle damage. Actually, I guess... Okay, let's throw away the bow for... Yeah, that guy. Joel going to play Rambo. Quick look around for any more ammo that might be sitting on the ground. I doubt there will be, but the offhand chance. Also just going to remake all of this stuff because no good reason not to be ready. Hey Carson, how's it going? Yeah, they did this scene, I would say they did this scene right, because this is what they actually needed to do to they needed to show it. They needed to have Joel go Rambo for a minute and just cut a swath through a bunch of people. Like, a mass murder situation was actually kind of called for in that moment to maintain this the point of the game. That said, that whole last episode fell kind of weirdly flat with me. And I was trying to think of why for the longest time, and it finally clicked earlier today, I think. Yeah, I already grabbed from there, but stuff since it took a while, but it finally clicked. And this is actually the problem I've had with the last like 2 or 3 episodes even. Back in the beginning of the series, in like the first 2 episodes, they really confirmed to us that they were okay changing things. They set a precedent that they wanted to change some stuff, and then, you know what they did? They didn't change anything after that. Or, I mean, they changed some stuff, but not a lot. And the more I thought about it, the more that kind of bothered me. Oops. But for as much as I kind of expected them, actually I want to put the bow in this spot. Assault rifle here. And switch to bow to end him. I know that was a lot of swapping things around, but looks like I'm by myself. Really? That was a headshot. Actually, I probably shouldn't waste that on him. Just gonna burn off the useless ammo. Couple last ones. Yeah, time constraints were a massive problem in the show, 100%. But the more I watched of it, the more I realized, like, I wanted changes. And like I was saying, they kind of committed to making changes in the first couple episodes. Like, they demonstrated a different version of what the cordyceps do and how they work. They sort of promised us more changes, and then they kept a lot of stuff the same. And that's good. I didn't want them to change too much, but those last few episodes were, like, aside from, like, overdoing David, and honestly, I think they did. Yeah, also, I wanted more story. Not just a rehash of what was in there, and that was one of the things they did so right in the beginning, like showing the background explanation for what happened, and like doing more with the scientists. Like, all of that was a big improvement over the game. Or rather, it was stuff that they couldn't have really done in the game, but it made a lot of sense once they were doing it. Is there anything down here? Nope. Okay. So I liked the effort. I liked how well they did on some of it, but then I find myself asking, couldn't they have given us more and been more adventurous, I guess?
Marlene was right. The girl's infection is like nothing I've ever seen. The cause of her immunity is uncertain. As we've seen in all past cases, the antigenic titers of the patient's cordyceps remain high in both the serum and the cerebrospinal fluid. Blood cultures taken from the patient rapidly grow cordyceps and fungal media in the lab. However, white blood cell lines, including percentages and absolute counts, are completely normal. There is no elevation of pro-inflammatory cytokines, and an MRI of the brain shows no evidence of fungal growth in the limbic regions, which would normally accompany the prodrome of aggression in infected patients. We must find a way to replicate this state under laboratory conditions. We're about to hit a milestone in human history equal to the discovery of penicillin. After years of wandering in circles, we're about to come home. Make a difference. And bring the human race back into control of its own destiny. All of our sacrifices and the hundreds of men and women who've bled for this cause, or worse, will not be in vain.
Why couldn't they have just had that audio actually play over the game audio instead of through the controller speaker?
There you go.
A Firefly pendant for Brioni Stewart Swamy? I don't know. So, Firefly pendant. Okay, let's pop over to the shoddy, just in case. This is loaded. That's loaded. Okay. We'll stick to the assault rifle until we know what we're shooting at. Actually, maybe the shorty. That might be better. Oh, another one.
It's 5:30 p.m. on April 28th. I just finished speaking. More like yelling at our head surgeon. Apparently, there's no way to extricate the parasite without eliminating the host. Fancy way of saying we gotta kill the fucking kid. Now they're asking for my go-ahead. The tests just keep getting harder and harder, don't they? I'm so tired. I'm exhausted. I just want this to end. So be it.
Okay, so David, asking, do I think there should have been more changes? I don't want to go to saying there should be more changes. It's that they started the show with changes. Like, they made a very adamant point of, like, we're going to change how the cordyceps work. We're changing how, they changed a bit of, kind of changed how Tess, no, sorry, spoiler alert, but they kind of changed how Tess dies. They made changes and sort of made it obvious that changes were going to happen. And then they sort of stopped delivering changes part of the way in. And I think that was a weird choice. Because it certainly made me think, okay, more changes are coming. And so I kept kind of watching for them, and then a lot of stuff stayed very, very similar. So to some extent, I kind of wish they had kept making changes just to stick to that sort of theme of, you know, that they are willing to, you know that they're trying to. So I kind of wanted to see what other things would have changed. How would they have made it different? And then there were kind of, honestly, really big segments where they just, I think they even could have changed things. They had opportunities to change a lot of stuff, and they never did. Okay. All right. This is a read. I think it was Marlene's notes. March 15th, we finally crossed the Utah border. In a couple of days, we'll be back with the others. Today, the crew was in much better spirits. I've been worried about their morale since Greg and Tanya's passing last week. It's been good to hear them laughing again. Robin came up to me and said, "Thanks for watching over us, Marlene. It was a small gesture, but I needed it." A week later, Ellie never made it. We arrived at the hospital, but there was much celebration, at least from the others. I guess we're happy to see their old friends. Or they're happy, not we're happy. We haven't seen some of these guys in over 10 years. After they told me the news, I couldn't eat. I couldn't talk anymore. I should be grateful just to be alive, but right now I just want to shut my eyes for a bit. The next day, they look at me and I know what they're thinking. That we're a bunch of incompetent grunts. What was I supposed to do? I thought I was going to die. My men were being hunted by the entire Boston battalion. I had to get her out of the city. How was I supposed to know the Firefly escorts were already dead? God damn it. I panicked. In the end, I healed pretty damn quickly, and my men were more capable than I gave them credit for. More than a handful survived the army's attack. I should have kept her with me. Instead, I handed her off to a couple of smugglers. I failed you, Anna. Oh, hey, that's technically the one and only time that they reference Ellie's mom. Okay, so they do reference her in the game. Anyway, I failed us all. I'm an incompetent grunt. The next month, I can't stand talking to any of them. I don't think I can take the stairs any longer. No way I can stay here. 3 days later, one of our scouts just radioed in. He spotted an older man and a young girl entering the tunnel by the bus terminal. He thinks she might have had red hair, but he's not sure. What if it's her? Stop doing this, Marlene. The recon squad is about to head out. I'm going to join them. Later that day, when you're lost in the darkness, look for the light. She's alive. They're running the tests on her now. I can't tell if I'm excited, scared, or just nervous. All I know is my hands won't stop shaking. I don't think I've ever seen that note before. But yeah, anyway. So, like, they did such an incredible... Okay. No matter what, they did such an incredible job on the show. It's kind of, like, it's hard to criticize too much because they did such a really, really great job on it. The acting was very, very good. The sets were all top-notch. The background and CGI, the makeup, like, everything was incredible. But there were details in the story. I love that there's just a brick on top of that scale. They did so much good stuff, but then at the same time, I just can't shake the feeling that they had really neat opportunities to try to do even more, and they didn't really try for them.
Yeah, that's it. I'm coming, Ellie.
I wonder if I was supposed to throw a brick. I bet that's the way to get past there without getting hit. That guy just kind of snuck right up on me. You, on the other hand... Really? Ow. Make sure no one's sneaking up behind me. But yeah, I really like the show, but at the same time, I was expecting them to try to upgrade the story in some way. Or upgrade moments of the story. And they sort of fixed a few gaps in the dialogue. I mean, I'll give them credit for that. They went back and, I think, really closely examined elements that they hadn't quite pinned down before. So that's a good thing. Like, they did really good on that. Part of me just wants to really just toss a brick at that dude's head and see if that works. Also, he seems to be paying very close attention to right there. I wonder if I could just come over here and be like, peekaboo with an arrow. Now, that won't really work because... Oh.
There he is!
Really? How'd they get a shot on me?
Soldier down.
Guys, more than one soldier down. Was there enough action? They made a point of saying that they wanted as little violence in the show as possible. So, like, there is action, there's, like, some chase scenes, some running, but... they did tone down the action. They, in particular, really toned down, like, gore.
You guys, go check over there.
Go firefight. I'm gonna take that literally.
Well, no. You guys, go check over there.
Ooh. Wait, who's the one who sees me? Oh. You want firefight? I'm gonna assume that's what you meant. How about this form of firefight? Oh, that got all three of them? That dude was like a mile away. How'd this guy get hit from all the way over there? I was expecting to at least get to do a little bit of, you know, burnerator to him, but okay. Sure, we'll take the easy K. Let's see, that's reloaded. Oh, all right. We'll just stay here. We'll be ready to be a burnerator if that guy pops back up, or if someone pops up. I mean, is there? No, I don't think so. Out of curiosity, I don't think they're going to have dropped any ammo, because I think if you burn them, there can't be ammo. But... oh. Okay, well, proven wrong on that one. Yeah, that Molotov was... the crazy thing is, I've thrown Molotov cocktails several times, and, like, something standing right next to what gets hit doesn't get hit. But this time, like, just crazy range.
Hey, Anna. It's been a while since we spoke. I just gave the okay to proceed with the surgery. I really doubt I had much of a choice. Asking me was more of a formality. I need you to know that I've kept my promise all these years. Despite everything that I was in charge of, I looked after her. I would have done anything for her, and at times... Here's a chance to save us. All of us. This is what we were after. What you were after. They asked me to kill the smuggler. I'm not about to kill the one man in this facility that might understand the weight of this choice. Maybe he can forgive me. Oh, I miss you, Anna. Your daughter will be with you soon.
I love how during a relatively deep action scene, this is the one spot where they decide, oh, here, we'll bury this story about how Marlene actually knew Ellie's mom all the way back then. That feels a little bit like it feels like a weird way to hide and almost an Easter egg of this whole thing, because I didn't even realize that was there, or I didn't think much about it at the time. Okay, final thing coming up. That's right, 2 doors.
Sweet Jesus.
Doctor? What are you doing in here? I won't let you take her. This is our future. Think of all the lives we'll save. Don't come any closer. I mean it.
Are you gonna do anything? I mean, if I... Like, I'm trying to walk past him. Alright, bud. Bye.
No!
Okay, if I shot anybody else with this gun...
You fucking animal!
Carrie, shut the hell up!
It would have gone very differently. I'm just saying.
Come on, baby girl. I got you.
So you can leave the nurses alive. I don't know that I ever did that before.
Oh, shit. Shit. I'm getting you out of here, girl. I got you. I got you. Come on. Tell me which way.
Oh.
No. Let go. Let go.
I ran into the wrong door. That's weird. I don't think I've ever actually lost in that spot.
Come on. Tell me which way. We're okay. We're okay. We're okay.
Now! I got him in my sight! I said get back!
Don't risk shooting the girl, Nimrod.
Hey, stop!
And also, don't stand in front of closing doors. Have you never watched a movie, Joel?
You can't save her. Even if you get her out of here, then what? How long before she's torn to pieces by a pack of clickers? That is, if she hasn't been raped and murdered first.
It ain't for you to decide.
It's what she'd want. And you know it. Look. You can still do the right thing here. She won't feel anything.
What the hell am I wearing?
Just take it easy. Drugs are still wearing off.
What happened?
We found the fireflies. Turns out there's a whole lot more like you, Ellie. People that are immune. There's dozens, actually. Ain't done 'em a damn bit of good, neither. They've stopped looking for a cure. I'm taking us home. I'm sorry.
Wait! Let me go. Please.
You just come after her.
Well, looks like we're walking.
Should be a straight shot through here.
All right.
It's actually kind of pretty, ain't it?
Yeah.
All right. Now watch your head going through.
I got it.
I'm gonna assume there's
Feeling my
only
age
one
now.
here.
Don't think I ever told you, but Sarah and I used to take hikes like this. I think the two of you would have been good friends. I think you really would have liked her. I know she'd have liked you.
I bet I would have.
Oh. Look down there.
Oh. The camera just wanted to kind of
Just
go
a little
wild.
bit further now. Here,
Yeah.
I got you. All right, come on.
Hey, wait. Back in Boston? Back when I was bitten? I wasn't alone.
My best friend was there. And she got bit too. We didn't know what to do. So, she says, let's just wait it out. You know, we can be all poetic and just lose our minds together. I'm still waiting for my turn.
Ellie.
Her name was Riley, and she was the first to die. And then it was Tess. And then Sam.
None of that is on you.
You don't understand.
I struggled for a long time with surviving. And you... No matter what, you keep finding something to fight for. Now, I know that's not what you want to hear right now.
Swear to me. Swear to me that everything that you said about the Fireflies is true.
I swear.
Okay.
So, move that back because that is very loud in my ears. But yeah, that's, you know, they follow in the show, like the last couple of episodes follow so closely with what ends up happening. They just like leave out a lot of fighting and they cut out some unimportant stuff, but they had all of the key storyline elements. They got everything in there. I don't know, somehow I just expected them to do more things, and exactly like Carson said, and yeah, it's exactly the same ending as the show, like almost too much so. But like Carson said earlier, and I think both of us and a lot of other people, everyone has kind of been coming to the same conclusion. The biggest problem is the episodes feel way too short. It's almost like it. So, watching them on HBO, the episode length or the video length is longer because they have next up and they have featurettes at the end of the episode and stuff like that. If it wasn't for those things, I think these episodes are about the same length as you get out of like a normal network TV show that already has to fit within an hour with its advertising breaks. And so I don't know if they're exactly like 40, if they're 42 minutes. I doubt they're that short. I think they're a little longer than 42, but it's not by enough. And they needed to give a little bit more time to the episodes. Every one of them could have been, honestly, like every one of them probably could have been closer to 90 minutes, and it would have been really good, with a couple of exceptions. The Left Behind DLC, like that episode, Riley and Ellie crawling through the mall and stuff like that, that one would have been hard to do 90 minutes on. It, honestly, the episode felt too long as it was. Though they also cut out a lot more from that episode, so it would have been good to have more in there. There's stuff that they could have done as like backstory for Joel and Tess, not just in the Frank episode 3, the infamous episode 3, that everybody agrees is like the most incredibly well done thing, which they also changed enormously. They made such a huge change to episode 3, or for episode 3, I guess you should say. So they did a lot of stuff, but there were times when they needed to put more time into the episodes. At times, I think they cut short story that really could have been longer. But more importantly, there are just so many opportunities for them to have put more in, and that's what That's where I feel like they made their mistake, is they could have put more in. They could have committed to making bigger changes and played with the concept more. I wouldn't want them to have changed the story. I just think that they could have put more in. And for that matter, I frankly, they could have easily made a whole, like, they could have stretched this out to 10 or 11 episodes without breaking a sweat. Or just made the episodes longer. Either one would have been a good approach, though, you know, logically, you probably just want more episodes because it ensures people stay subscribing to HBO longer. So yeah, I mean, I liked it, but I feel like there were missed opportunities there to have added to it, to have filled out like more of the lore. And with that said, obviously, season 2 is in the works. They've already been renewed. It was a foregone conclusion, honestly. With the amount of hype, I think a season 2 was inevitable before they ever even aired the first episode. And once they aired the first episode, everyone loved it. So more episodes, yeah, more episodes would have been my recommendation. Though longer episodes, I think, would have also been a key thing. It depends, because there are spots where they could have broken a single episode into 2 parts, and it would have been better that way. Like when they went to Jackson the first time, you do not spend a lot of time meeting Tommy and Maria. You get a little bit of time with Tommy and Maria, but not a lot. You get more of it in the game than you do in the show. And I think that was, not to say they didn't add to the show. They definitely gave a little bit more about Maria than they did in the game. But they didn't give as much about Tommy. And it felt, I don't know, it felt like they needed to do more with Tommy. They needed to do more with Jackson. Especially since they also changed that about that aspect. When they went to Jackson, it wasn't actually Jackson in the game. In the game, they just go to the dam. In the show, they actually went to the town of Jackson, which is where they're obviously going back to. So there are changes that they made. I just think they could have actually built more on that. Because you know Joel and Ellie are now going to spend a huge chunk of their future in Jackson. Like that gets revealed in part 2, and in basically in part 1. Why not give people more of a picture of what Jackson is and what it's like? They could have done more with this, is kind of the key there. Anyway, what I was gonna say is season 2. I've been kind of banging this drum. I think they could make a whole season 2 with just the time between part 1 and part 2. Like, invent a whole new storyline, come up with a reason for it to exist, come up with a story that sets it up, and tell some of the side stories. Tell a little bit more of a side story about Joel and Tommy. Show us what those two went through that led to them not staying together. Yeah, Carson, exactly, yeah. The last few minutes of the show, they could have spent going actually into Jackson and just seeing them saying hi to Tommy and Maria. The only thing I think they were trying to do, though, is I think they wanted to not have a different ending. I think they wanted to end on the, the powerful note that Joel and Ellie were going to say goodbye to, or not say goodbye, but I think they wanted to end on the powerful note of her asking him to swear that it was all true, and yeah, that was going to be their big exit point. So I do get that, but at the same time, I don't know. It feels like they could have changed it up in some ways. Maybe, maybe instead of having the view of Jackson in the background, they could have returned to Jackson having all the same conversations, but once they're in Jackson, then Ellie asks him that. It would have been a very small change, but it would have given them the opportunity to quickly show them back there in the town. They could have, the, hey, we're back, everyone's happy and whatever. Except then she has the question. I think that would have been a good touch. So yeah. And I keep kind of thinking back to what are they going to do when they actually start showing the game version of part 2, or the story of part 2, because the split is really, really strange when you think about it. They have let's see, what do I need to do right now for, oh no, over here. I need to do win a solo, win another hexathon, and then win duos and squads. Okay. So basically one of everything. Yeah, we'll do solo first. Anyway. Yeah, there's so many ways that they're going to have trouble with season 2 or part 2. Because the opening of that could be one episode. Like, I'm going to avoid doing spoilers, technically. I don't know that there's a point to avoiding spoilers here, but but the events that trigger the start of the game in part 2, that stuff is one episode. That makes total sense. They could even kind of do some filler just to set the stage a little bit, but what kind of worries me is they've said that they're not opposed to doing a 2-season thing for the part 2. Oh, that bugged out. Anyway, so if they're keen on doing a 2-season thing for part 2, then I guess my question becomes, how are they going to split it? Because a good split of part 2 is going to have to be, or to do a 2-season split of part 2, I just don't know how. Okay, maybe that's where that jumping point is. I know there's a second shortcut here that I'm not using, but I don't know where it is. Anyway, so you have about 1 episode's worth of content for 1 episode in the beginning. And then the next part of the story is 3 days that you play through first as Ellie, and then you play through as Abby. So you have a 3-day span that makes up like 80% of the game. And somehow they would try to split that into 2 seasons. I don't know how that works. How do you create a 2-season split down the middle of a 3-day span of time? Do you do 1 whole season of Ellie's story and then 1 whole season of Abby's story? Do you do like every episode flip-flops between the 2 of them? I suppose there's a whole episode to be done with Abby's like background. But I don't know. Like, it feels like there's a lot of room for that to maybe not be... Ooh, damn it. I was paying so much attention to that guy's trailing right behind me that I screwed up my own jump. But yeah, how they're gonna break up season 2 is leaving me with a lot of questions. Dude, just stop. And then well, for anyone who's watched the next season, or sorry, not season, but part 2 after the 3-day set, then there's like, I don't know, maybe another up to a quarter of a season's worth of stuff that they can do. Maybe. Oh, that sucks. Dude, you were right there at the end. How mad would people be if they start adding content? So obviously for people that didn't play the game or aren't like diehards about it, they're not going to care. I think actually most of them will probably appreciate it because there are ways for that to become a much better show if they add content. My question or my thinking is the game or the hardcore players of the game. Oh, that guy there at the end he's annoying me that he's just being a troll just for troll's sake. Yeah, I should have reported him. I forgot. But if they start adding content, like, it depends on what content they add. They've already added content. Part 1 was them adding, they added a whole backstory, or more backstory, for Joel's daughter, Sarah. They added some scenes with the scientists talking about, first off, the one back in like the 50s or 60s or whatever that was. They also added one with a scientist in India. They added content for those. They added a very, very extensive backstory for Frank that was controversial, but I don't think it was controversial because they added a bunch of story. It was controversial because it was two guys kissing. So yeah, I mean, they've added content. They've committed to the fact that they're okay with adding content. Where I think they're going, or I don't think people are going to have a problem with this. Where people are going to have a problem is if they appreciably change the concept of the story. Ugh, why do you people grab? Anyway, so yeah, I think there's a lot they can do here. It'd be a really good show if they do. But yeah, I think they have to for season 2 or season 3. However they split it up. Because I don't know how you split up the game for part 2 into 2 seasons. Unless you just leave it on the most ridiculous cliffhanger. And people are going to hate that. People don't want to sit and wait for a year or possibly more for them to come out with the second half of this show. And also, one of the other things I keep kind of banging the drum about, where do you go from there? What do you do after you're finished with 2 seasons? Let's say they do successfully split it into 2 seasons. What do you do with the show from there? you have a 3-season show that kind of has almost no ending. Wait, can you stay up? Okay, no, you can't. It's gonna be like, if you can stay up there, that is some cheesy cheater move right there. Oh, that did not work out well. Ooh, okay. And we're through. It was like second or third to do it. That's not bad. Anyway, yeah, so I don't know. If they do 2 seasons that way, I could see the show ending really well at just that, but it's making so much money, I don't think they're going to. It would be insane business-wise to end a series after 3 seasons when people are going to be watching it happily for a long time to come. So, but I think they also have a challenge of what to do when they kill off their highest paid actor in the series. They're going to have a big problem with retention possibly when they switch over to the Abby storyline. There's a whole lot of stuff that's going to happen. And this is part of why I think they should squeeze in a whole episode already to final round. This is kind of why, or sorry, not a whole episode. This is why I kind of think they should squeeze in some middle content for a second season. And a big part of it is, I think if they're sneaky about this, they can get all the way through season 4 with existing content, which I know is a bit of a kind of a stretch concept, but why is this random jackass just chasing me? The pink one is just chasing me for no reason. Did I sleep with your mother or something? What the hell? Off of me. Well, put one person off the map. Dude, you Nimrod, you just ruined a perfectly timed shot. Good, put that one out. Really? How did that not knock him off? Oh, damn it. Oh, I timed that wrong. He did not deserve to win. He was doing terribly and I screwed up. I 100% deserve that win. Anyway. Yeah, so there's... Oh, sorry. The thing I was also going to say is once they're done with all this, hopefully one would want to think that they're going to have a part 3 of the game. At a certain point, a part 3 of the game should be kind of the goal. So that they have... I mean, we're in the same conundrum that they had with Game of Thrones, where they had gotten through all the books of the series that had come out. And at a certain point, obviously, like, they had diverged from the story in a few spots. Like, they left out big chunks of stuff, but not in ways that were harmful to it. And then they reach the end, and it's like, well, now we need to invent our own ending. And they worked with George R.R. Martin to come up with an ending that was good for the show, good for the, you know, that was compatible with a ending that he planned for the books, though supposedly it's not really the ending of the book. Which to some extent I kind of wonder if Martin might have come away like paying attention to how poorly the show ended, how much people hated that ending. And one would like to think he's going to maybe revise the books to fix that. Oh, damn it. So yeah, you know, at a certain point, I think they're gonna want to keep the show going. And if they don't have a game to base it on, I'm sure they'll keep working with Neil. Like, there's no question they're gonna keep working with Neil Druckmann. But it would be nice if there's a game to go with it. Or maybe not. Like, maybe they'll just decide, hey, let's keep working with Neil, and this time we're not constrained by a game. At which point, who knows where this goes. Like, he could become the official writer and story guy for the show, and they won't need to follow the game story anymore. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like they're going to miss out on a lot of opportunities if they don't also have a game to sort of back up that story. But we'll see. So yeah, overall I still like what they're doing. I'm very curious how season 2 is going to work out. Damn it, I can't get past these damn people. Gonna make it, gonna make it. Yay! So, yeah. Now that this is over, at least for probably, I'm gonna guess it's probably gonna take him about another 2 years to make the next season. You know, it's hard to say, it's hard to predict that, but it seems like they are probably a good 2 years away from being able to get a part two or a second season rolled out. Because the first one took them forever, and frankly, I think it was an easier one to sort out for storyline. The only people that they're really going to keep for season 2 are Tommy, Maria, Joel, and Ellie, so they're going to have to basically recast a lot of people. Yeah, exactly. Mid to late 2024 is seemingly kind of an inevitability. Oh. That was a good jump, too. Yeah. Better just to wait on that one. Yeah, it would be neat if they could work out, I feel like if they're gonna do 2 seasons, the one catch is, well, depending on how they do it. So, as I'm rambling, I can think of one way that they could kind of make a 2-season thing work, even with the construction of this show as it is. Imagine they do like the first 3/4 of season 2 is backstory stuff that happens in Jackson between the events of part 1 and 2, and then finish the season with the things that kick off, like the events that really kick off season, or the game part 2. And then season 3 is basically just all of the game parts. All of the game as it stands. That could make a lot of sense. Why didn't it grab? Come on. Whoa, no, no, no. Ah, there we go. Aerial. Ow, bad throw. Oh, so close. What the? How did... I didn't... Okay, whatever. Love when weird stuff like that happens. Yeah, that's the thing. That's not the direction I was even going. I don't know. Anyway, okay, so I was saying they could start with pretty much a bunch of pre-story, and then the stuff that happens in Jackson, make that all of season 2, and then for season 3 it could be all of the stuff that is actually making up part 2, because there is a lot of storyline that they can have in there. The thing is, though, if they do this, they also need to film it all together. They really got to have, like, season 2 and season 3 do need to come out reasonably close together to make that good. And that could be kind of tough. Also, I feel like it bears saying they're going to have to make Ellie not 14. Like, they're going to have to make Bella Ramsey really come across as the older character that she is supposed to be. And for that matter, she actually is. She's 19 now. 19 playing a 14-year-old. But yeah, they're going to have to really, like, age her up a bit to make it seem right. And I kind of keep hitting on this point, but she's going to have to work out. And not for appearance purposes, but at a certain point, she's going to have to learn how to shoot a bow. Like, the actual actress is at some point going to have to actually... Damn it. People jumping or beating me. Or pushing me out of the way. So, yeah, at some point, she's going to have to actually, like, learn how to fire a bow. Woohoo! Why do people take this route up? It's so dumb. Hey, buddy, look at how long it's taking you. I don't know, Carson, any thoughts? So back to Fall Guys for the time being. Yeah, because the Last of Us playthrough didn't exactly pull too many views anyway, and I don't have anything that I can think of to replace Fall Guys at the moment. Like, there are a couple of other PS3 games that or sorry, PS4 games that might be worth cycling through, but now I can speak. Yeah, part 2 Ellie has a ton of fight scenes, and that's the thing. She has to carry the story as a murderous psycho. Like, that is one of the key things here. They toned down the violence and gore in part 2, or sorry, in part 1. And I think everyone universally can agree that that makes some sense. Like, it is good for story in a way to have toned down the violence in part 1. That doesn't fly in part 2. Part 2 is very literally like, that is the point. it would be like somebody saying, "Oh yeah, we wanted to redo the Saw movies with less gore." Okay, you could do that, and honestly, like, you could get away with doing that in part 1. You can't do that in the later ones, because honestly, that's what those were about. They were there to try to disgust people. And part 2 of The Last of Us was a, like, definitive. It was meant to be a violent thing. And it's not glorifying violence. Carson, yeah. Yeah, episode 8, where they deal with David and his buddy, who was played by Troy Baker, and yeah, they definitely showed a darker, more violent side of Ellie. But they're gonna have to do more than just that. Like, that was 2 people in a relatively specific situation, and they were both villains. Indisputable, unquestionable villains. Ellie is not going to be taking on the villains this time. That was beautifully simple. Whoa! Aerialed. I'm not sure that this is the best strategy, but it's kind of working. I'm just gonna roll down here for the next few seconds. Oh, I'm just torturing the noobs. Curvy, damn SpongeBob skin. Can't imagine spending thousands on skins. Modern Warfare 2019, you spent $675, and $390 of that was BP tier skins, not skips. That's a lot, yeah. Yeah, that's a lot. I have spent no money on Fall Guys, except, sorry, I take that back. I bought it way back in the day when it was not a free-to-play game. I bought it on Steam for what? Oh, Battle Pass skips? Okay. I bought it on Steam for I don't know how much it was. It was, I think, like $5 or $10. Okay, off to a nice... Oh, damn it. Stupid physics in this game. What the? God, the physics in this game are so dumb. At least he screwed up. What the? God, this game's physics are so terrible. Yeah, I couldn't do anything about that. What the? Okay, cool. It's just not going to actually hit the freaking ball when it should. I got ripped off so much on that. At least they're not making me sit through the knockout screen. Oh, no. Trust me, I'm familiar with the SpongeBob skins. They're, most of the people playing SpongeBob skins are very obviously, like, they're spinders. A lot of them you can tell, too, because there's a combination. A lot of the SpongeBob skins are either people who cannot play at all. They are just truly terrible at the game. Or they're trolls. You get a lot of one or the other. You don't get too many of both. Let's see. Curiosity. Okay. This will probably be last run, and then I'm gonna go. Well, does it start? Yeah, it should be dark out. Yeah, I think this will be last run. Since I started late, I figured I'd run a little bit late, and with daylight savings time having been what it is, you know, it makes sense to go a little bit later. Oh wait, that was weird. Okay. Daylight savings time. It's not our country's biggest mistake, but it is a pretty dumb mistake. Or rather, it's dumb that it lasted as long as it did. Awesome, thanks for just pointlessly holding me back. Oh, come on. Aren't they planning on ending it? If I remember correctly, that is supposed to happen. Is it the next DST? I'm pretty sure it has passed. I think it's just that it doesn't go into effect until like the end of this year, or maybe it's next spring forward. Yeah, so that'll be, if I remember correctly, that is the last one, and then we're done with this stupid thing. Oh wait, it passed the Senate but not the House? Really? And right now the House is just pure stupidity, so with a bunch of crackpots that have conspiracy theories about anything and everything, so yeah, that's not gonna go well. Yeah. Messed up on those jumps, but oh well. Ah, damn it, that guy pushed me off. You hate you hate that group too much, Kirby. I got a Google opinion reward survey asking which of the following places have I visited recently. I've literally heard of none of these. Like, one of them I think might it's a one of these things is at least a possibility. It's a Verizon store, but even then I haven't stopped. I mean, I definitely didn't go to a Verizon store, and the name is weird. And then there's, yeah, like none of this stuff is even remotely close to something I've visited. Pretty sure they were just trying to test me. Oh, so close. Actually, the smart move would have been just to... There we go. Yeah, I don't think it's... In this particular case, my hunch is it was literally just a test. It could have been for location history, yeah. I mean, to verify location history, but I'm trying to think of the places I visited. I gave somebody a ride to a medical test place, which was basically at a hospital, so that didn't appear there, and they wouldn't be next to like a Verizon store. I went to the Costco. Then I went to Safeway. And then I went to one other grocery store. That's it. And none of these are next to the Verizon store. In fact, they're all really far away from the Verizon store. Yeah, none of the other stuff would have made sense either. I don't know. Yeah, I'm that's why I'm pretty sure this was a test. I think they were just looking for somebody to lie in hopes of getting a like catching somebody just trying to score easy survey points. Oh, I can't go that way anymore. Actually, all things considered, I guess... Oh no, I should get over there. Whoa, that was some luck. Yeah, we'll just chill out right over here and wait for someone to try to throw a ball at me in this spot. Come on, someone's got to get knocked out now. Alright. Well, it's getting a little too much on the edge for... There we go. I think that one in the middle must have finally gotten knocked out. That is the longest I've seen that last as a solo thing. Yeah, Curvy, that's a good use for it. I was occasionally saving up opinion rewards just for the sake of, like, every once in a while goofing around with games with in-app purchases or whatever. But I've quit basically, well, I have quit all of them. I'm actually kind of just, I've run out of games to play on my phone that I care about in any capacity. So I'm vaguely looking for new ones, but I also don't care that much. Don't be a grabber, you grabber. Okay, well, this is going on a while. Hey, we've lost some people, finally. That got hairy for a second. Oh, damn it. No, I knew I was screwing that up as soon as I did. As soon as I did that. Damn it, that's 3 times in a row that I just barely missed a win. Did I watch the Oscars? No. Rumor had it that they weren't going to have Will Smith on stage, and it's like, you know what? What's even the point? So, yeah. No, I don't know. I I gave up on award shows a long time ago. And by gave up, I just mean I lost interest. All too often they would have performances, like musical performances that were okay, but not special. The speeches were just so tiresome. And a lot of times they were giving awards to stuff that I couldn't have cared less about. So, you know, the only real interest in watching it is sometimes they might have a decent comedian hosting, and that was real hit and miss. And I don't know, I lost interest in award shows. There was a time I kind of remember, actually, how am I doing on, oh good, I got my daily in. That's what I was looking to do, because that gets me 6 days away from finishing this. And the weekly stuff I can knock out. Even next weekend is fine. And I'm no closer to this, which is going to be a tough one to crack. Because I need wins in all 4 types of shows. Well, you should have been playing Hexathon instead. But anyway. Yeah, so I don't know, award shows haven't really done it for me for a long time. They're good, I get it. I don't hate them or anything. But it's sort of like watching a Super Bowl where you don't care about either team. At a certain point, unless you just like football for football's sake, it's just not that interesting to watch. Which, you know, I can watch football, but I also just don't care that much. Kirby, Smartphone Awards is the only good one. MKBHD for the win. Have I ever watched one of those? I feel like I've seen him do one. Though, didn't he do one where it was like the Pixel 6a, I want to say it was, came away with like, it's like it swept the categories or something? Not literally swept, but very close to it. Or maybe it was a Pixel 7? I don't know. I feel like I remember one of the Pixels came away with just ridiculously, like, taking best budget phone, best overall phone, best camera or something. Well, there's the blind camera test too. I've definitely watched those. I've watched, I guess, all of those. And until this last one, I haven't agreed with any of the results. This last one, finally I came away going, okay, for what they were intending to test and the results that they got, yes, they finally did it right. But yeah, I didn't like the way they did it in the past. Plus, it helps that it wasn't reliant on how the images looked after they passed through like Instagram's terrible compression or Twitter's terrible compression, because holy crap, those were horrible. Oh, that's right. Actually, yeah, this last one did have multiple categories though, didn't it? Or did it? I don't remember now. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, it'll be interesting to see what happens if the Pixel 8 is really able to do the multiple exposure thing that they're promising. I'm very curious what that's going to do to any sort of camera test in the future. Like, will the camera just automatically do HDR like photos for every shot? Because they'll kind of have that option. And if they do, that's sort of cool. Like, that could actually be, that could be enough to maybe change the outcomes. It's a big fat we'll see, but it's a we'll see that I'm kind of actually interested in seeing. Which, all that said, that actually should probably be a topic for tomorrow's Ramblecast, because since this is such a midweek stream, the Ramblecast is actually tomorrow. And I have topics. Oh boy, howdy do I have topics. It's actually not that many, but we're definitely going to be talking about some Samsung bullshittery. I don't know, but there might be a little bit of Silicon Valley Bank talk. Also, there's no way not to make fun of the Meta NFT situation. Yeah, I don't know. There's going to be some hot takes come tomorrow. Curvy might hold out for the Pixel 9 Pro. Oh yeah, of course we got to talk about Pixel Fold, which, yeah, we'll see on that one. Weirdly, I think the hot takes are at this point incredibly cold. They are lukewarm at best, because there is not that much new to say. A lot of it is the same opinions, just all over again. And hey, maybe they shouldn't be, like, I get the timing makes sense, but maybe they shouldn't release it this year at all. Anyway, so Curvy might hold out for the 9 Pro. Yeah, I did see your message earlier about that. Well, we talked about it kind of. Look, my stance on this, and it's the same thing I've said dozens of times in the past. I'd like to be able to get each generation. I will skip generations when I think that they suck or just aren't really compelling at all. And just given the finances, I will probably skip this generation unless the financial situation changes. If the financial situation changes, okay, I'll get a 9 Pro. If the financial an 8 Pro. If things don't change, then I'll probably have to wait it out till the 9 Pro comes, and we'll see. That said, hopefully the financial situation just changes, and then it won't be a question. And ideally, the situation may change enough that it just justifies, like, maybe I'll have a new excuse to get one for work. Well, sure, it'll be discounted for Black Friday, but like, the discount is not necessarily going to be that huge. We've seen this in the past. The promise, actually, I think it was the 7 Pro, maybe it was the 6 Pro. The Black Friday discount, everyone looked at it and was like, oh, that's not great. It was just mediocre at best. And that kind of leaves me with the thought of, I don't want to go for a mediocre at best discount if it's avoidable. Or am I mixing this up with a Pixel Watch? Because the Pixel Watch, like, I know that one sucked. 7 Pro was $150 off for Black Friday. Yeah, that's not a great discount. Not when you compare it against all the launch deals. Like, the launch deals that you could get from most stores were already pretty good. Yeah, okay, the 6 Pro was the one that wasn't really discounted. Yeah, the Pixel Watch discounts for Black Friday were just a joke. $50 off for the Wi-Fi, no discount on the cellular. That unacceptable. Like, there was no sane reason for that. Because, and honestly, part of me wonders if they weren't trying to sell Mini. This has been a weird little, I don't want to say conspiracy theory, but it's bordering on conspiracy theory for me. Part of me thinks that they wanted to come out with a watch, let it sort of like be out there and flop, but just get it out there so that the diehards and the like have to buy every generation type of people get it, and then use those people as a test bed. Let people sort of poke holes in this watch, and then try to do it right for the second gen. That there's a part of me that is just so suspicious that that's what this was about. Because they didn't do good discount on it. They didn't make any sort of effort to make this a successful launch. It's more expensive than its competitor, or its main competitor, by a lot. It's underperforming compared to same competitor in several ways. I mean, don't get me wrong. I would kind of like to get the Pixel Watch over the Galaxy Watch 5. Was it the 5? I don't know. Anyway, whatever number it was. Like, I would 4 maybe? I don't care. Anyway, yeah, I would like to get it for software reasons more than anything, but I also just I don't want to spend the money on it. Well, I don't have the money to spend on it is actually the bigger thing. But yeah, it just doesn't really hold up. It doesn't make a lot of sense that it was such a poor discount on a product that I think was expected to fail. Curvy, you're only going to get a Pixel Watch 2 with LTE if the SoC gets an upgrade. I think we already know that's like a foregone conclusion, because it was already launching with an old SoC. It's going to have it, like, by the time it launched, it was already an SoC. Everyone was looking at it saying, yeah, this is too old. And even people who bought it were generally coming away saying, yeah, we're getting it because we can. They wanted to get it because they can. They're not getting it because they want it to be the best, or they expect it to be the best. So, yeah, I mean, the SoC has got to get an upgrade. Otherwise, it's going to be just, people are going to hate on the Pixel Watch 2 if it's somehow using the same SoC. And plus, they will have had time to work with Samsung, or in theory Qualcomm, but it's going to be Samsung, I think. So my strong hunch is the Pixel Watch 2 is going to get a pretty notable upgrade to the SoC. My only question is, will it come this year or next? And right now, like, we haven't heard any rumors about a second gen, despite the fact that we practically know everything about the Pixel Fold. We know enough about the Pixel 8, and we're hearing literally nothing about a Pixel Watch 2. Kind of feels to me like they're not going to do one this year, which leaves me asking or curious if maybe the Pixel Watch is going to be on either an 18-month or a 2-year cycle. I'm not sure if that's the right choice, but it would make sense. Also, that could suck. Because I don't know about anybody else, but I'm sitting here like, the watch I have is fine. I'm not pushing it too hard. But I've got a Fossil Gen 6, I think it is. It's a fine watch, but I'd like to be using something with Wear 3. And I know that this either has an update or you can get an update. I know it's an opt-in situation, but I don't know that the update is actually available yet. The thing is, I'd like to move on to something that was designed for it. Because the fact that it's an opt-in update just leaves me thinking it's probably not a good experience. Hey, Curvy, you had this watch, didn't you? The Gen 6. Did you ever try the update on it, or did you get rid of the watch first, or do you know? It can't use Google Assistant. Yeah, I don't use Google Assistant on my watch basically ever. So that's not a big deal to me. Also, you think Wear OS 4 will come out based on A13. I assume you mean Android 13 as opposed to A13 as a chipset thing. Well, let me raise this point. Would it be Wear OS 4, or is it going to be like Wear OS 3.1 or or 3.5 or something like that? Part of me, like, that's where I feel like this goes. If it's because Wear OS 3 hasn't been out really that long. Oh, someone was, I forget where the marketing was, but someone was already claiming it's Wear OS 3.5. But we haven't really had enough devices come out with Wear 3 that I tend to think that this is a time when we're going to see Wear 4 suddenly pop out. Right, it was 2020 with one Samsung watch. And it wasn't even true Wear OS 3 for a long time. It was like the underpinnings of the OS with minus a lot of the updates that supposedly came. They finally got an update that was supposed to fix that, though they were calling it Wear OS 3.5. Since then, if I understand correctly, I don't know this to be true, but I thought the Pixel Watch came with Wear 3. Like they were calling it 3.0 or 3.0 dot whatever, something. I don't know. Does it? Maybe it does say 3.5. So if anyone knows, feel free to say. But my hunch is, I mean, they could push Wear 4, but it seems, oh, it does say OS 3.5. Okay. I don't know. There's just a part of me that thinks that they haven't done that much with 3 or 3.5 yet. So suddenly jumping to Wear OS 4 feels kind of like rushing it. And maybe that's a good thing. Maybe for marketing purposes they need to rush it. But I guess I'm just kind of looking at it wondering what was even the point of 3 when it didn't do that much except screw up it screwed up compatibility with Wear OS 2 apps, which was already a problem with Wear OS 1. Like, you know, we've now had a situation where app developers, if you were in it since the beginning, you've actually had to basically rebuild your apps. This is actually now 4 times because they screwed up some stuff in the early days of Wear OS. So you would have built the app once under Wear OS 1, again under a later version of Wear OS 1. Then you would have rebuilt your app again for Wear OS 2. And then you would have had to rebuild it again, or at least make some fairly substantial changes in some stuff in order to make it run on Wear OS 3. Like, and there's some, I mean, this is obviously not a thing that has to happen for 4, but they didn't make big enough changes in 3, and if they're going to make a marketing push that 4 is big, then they're gonna have to, I don't know, I feel like they have to make more changes. And maybe that'd be a good thing, because it seems like developers also aren't working that hard at 3. But I don't know. Curvy, if I had to be honest, my Pixel Watch is basically just my Google Pay wallet device, because it's 2 presses on the crown. Notifications are a bit delayed versus the phone. That's a little weird, because I seem to remember I would usually get stuff on my phone and then get notifications on the watch within like a second or 2. And that delay was never a big deal for me. But yeah, I can understand that. But yeah, I don't know. Part of my problem actually is that the Gen 6 has such a bad habit of kind of losing connection with the phone, I either have to make a point of rebooting it once before using it. This happens actually anytime I decide to take my phone with me. If I forget to reboot the watch, it usually just kind of doesn't really get notifications in anything resembling a timely manner, if at all. Or they come really, really late. Which is what I just said. Sorry. My brain went from I don't get the notifications at all to they come really late. That's what I'm trying to say. If I reboot it, it usually does okay. But that means rebooting your damn watch, which is usually 9 times out of 10 the last thing I grab right before going out the door. So, yeah, that is kind of annoying. And I never had this problem with any of the other watches I've had. And I've had a decent number. So, yeah, that's not great. Anyway, I'm going to try to save my voice and get ready for tomorrow's stream. So, I think that is a good time to end for tonight. So, anyway, thanks everyone for coming by, hanging out for the Last of Us stream for at least this run. Again, we'll be back tomorrow to babble about all the things, some of the things, a few of the things. Actually, it's really just going to be a few things. But who knows? That can last for absolute ridiculous amounts of time, as we've seen in the past. If anyone would like to support the channel, there are links down below to Streamlabs, Patreon, and Cash App. It is always appreciated and kind of saves my butt sometimes. Let's see. Again, should be on tomorrow. I believe Corbin will be on with me. We never know. We shall see. But with that, I hope you all an excellent night. It's, I believe, midnight somewhere. Oh, what am I going to play this weekend? It's probably going to be Fall Guys one or both nights. There is a chance I might only do one night this weekend because I'm trying to really hammer out a project that, with some luck, I'll just be publishing to an app store. At least I'm hoping to, because I think that would be a nice way to both A, make some money, and B, it's kind of good resume fodder to just be able to say, hey, here's a very completed, polished thing that proves that I actually do good work. Because most of the work I've done has had to be like in the background or unpolished, like utilities. And it'd be nice to get something else a little more alive out there. But I'm struggling with the dumbest of issues with Mac OS. So, or an API issue, let's say, that it is just giving me the dumbest of problems. But that's not important at the moment. So, with that, thanks everyone for coming by, hanging out, and I will be on tomorrow. With that, good night, everybody.